that my head is fresh. At nighttime, I don't go to bed with stuff on my mind. Because you go to dreaming that stuff. And you think it's God when it's really them chitlins late. But David says here, weeping only gonna do with me for a night. He said, I'm coming out. No matter who think I'm coming out, Bishop. He said, I got to come through here. I done heard all this preaching this week. All this good preaching. All this singing. And you need to tell me that when convocation is over, I'm still going to be in my night. The devil is a liar. This is only my story. Because I'm getting ready for my glory. And my glory says that in the moment when I rise, in the morning, I got to dance in the morning. In the morning. Oh, help me somebody. In the morning. And a lot of time, in my nighttime, and I know sometimes my side, some folk now may not understand. But at the moment, you don't know what I'm going through. Sometimes, don't they cause preachers and pastors don't have something to contend with? Because they do. And a lot of times when I come here, I be messed up, tore up on the floor up. And be trying to get here so I can get a word. Just to get my nighttime out the way. Because see, the devil don't come care how he comes. All he want to do is target somebody. When he thought that he had me, during the time my home was broken in. Oh God, I said, God, I'm still going to preach. I'm still pastor your people. I said, God, this is nighttime. Because I don't understand how you can allow somebody to come in and do that to me preaching your word. But then God gave me this scripture. Said, Cohen, I did it for your glory. First in the nighttime, it was for your story. Because you will be able to tell somebody how that through all that I went through, I still got joy. They might have took my flat screen, but I still got joy. Hey, yeah! They might have took my possession, took some good stuff, but I heard God said, favor follows the faithful. If I be faithful, God gonna give me back. Not double for my trouble, but triple for my headache. Say yeah! Yeah! So then, let's be ready to close. So then David said, in verse number 11, he said, now, and I say to you now that you know my story, my mourning time is here. And David said, you're gonna turn it into dancing. Because dancing means I will extol thee, O God. That means I gotta praise you. I gotta lift you up. Because what the devil meant for harm, I understand God turned it around for my good. And I analyzed, Bishop, everything that the robbers took out my house. And I said, God, now, since they didn't get stopped, what is it in every piece of property that you allowed, even though God might be in a sin, but he allowed it. Yeah. And I said, God, in every piece, what are you trying to tell me? Maybe my flat screen, I watch TV too much, I don't know. Whatever it was just a 37 inch. God gonna move me up to a 42 inch, so I ain't worried about it. Because I got to get a few more inches for the inches that I lost. And so, now that you know my story, and you know, I like to tell my story because I can't fake it. I can't fake it no more. You know, there comes a time when you be kind of fake this thing. But then there comes a time when God has to step in the middle of your midnight to teach you some things, to make you understand what it is he wants to do, but what it is you holding back from. So now that you know my story, David said, now you already know I slept with Bathsheba. He said, you already knew that I had a chance to kill Saul, but I let him slide. He said, you already know about how bad my chap was. David said, but out of all of that, you know my baby died. He said, but if you check out in the moment, my story is going to be my glory. Now I heard, Ella, that David danced out of his coat. I ain't going to out of my coat. But there was a praise that David had to offer to God for what he had come through. And any time God brings us through, there ought to be a moaning time. Now I know they said some folks get up on the wrong side of the bed. But when I get up, I just be thinking, Lord, I just want to thank you. Because you know it could be the other way. I don't be saying I get up on the wrong side of no bed. Because whether I get up on that side or this side, I'll be so glad that some say I'm so glad I'm here. So David says now, in verse 11, he says, now that you know my story, he said, now I got to dance because of what God has done. I don't know how David cranked it up. I don't know if he got it in his left feet or he got it in his big toe connected to the little toe connected to the ankle bone connected to the leg bone. I don't know how David got it, Bishop. But David said, I ain't gonna cry no more. Because there is a moaning time. So now that my moaning is here, I'm gonna rejoice. If I got anybody that will rejoice with me, now listen. Now, like I said to y'all, I ain't worried about being the other preacher this week. Because we all got our lots to carry. But I think you ought to find your spot. Because you've been in the nighttime. And you ought to dance.